Recording. Hey guys, welcome back. What am I doing today? I'm gonna pivot. I had a whole idea yesterday, but guess what? Code is cheap, and so we're just gonna move forward, right? Uh, Remember that we are a token maximalist, or we're trying to be, right? And really just gonna be outputting as much code as we can in the short time that we have. So welcome back if you're new to my channel. My name is Obi. This is what I do for a living, and I'm so excited to just share this part because this is something that anyone can do, right? Claude Code, ChatGPT, or in this case, Codex, right? GPT-5 has kind of democratized the use of software. So it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you are, what background you have. All you need is agency now, and you can use AI to build what you want. Now, I want people to dare to imagine, right? And for me, one goal, one outcome I'd like from this is to do something that saves me time. So I could obviously go and look for a software to do this and pay for it, right? But I want to build it from scratch. Just want to tell my agents, do this for me. And what do I want to build? I want to build something that will automate short creation for me, right? This is something that is a bottleneck for me. I'm a busy person. I don't even plan these live streams as well as I should, right? So I'm just going with the vibes here, right? And really, I am just had to change the camera. But really, the goal is to just see what we can build, okay? And I'm excited about that, right? Prior, you'd have to take a lot of time just to prototype things. Code was expensive. Code is cheap today, right? Good codes, that's a different story, right? Well-architected code, I'm sure we'll get there eventually. But we're at a point now in human history where you can say it and it happens, right? You say it and the machine will build it for you. So so in essence, we are only limited by the constraints of the resources, the knowledge to which we understand those constraints, our imagination, and costs in this case, right? Because none of this is cheap. But the goal is to eventually have a product that can move from $0 to something significant. And of course, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So this is day 4. Did I say day 3? This is day 4, right? And who knows where this will lead, right? But the point is, this is where we are in human history, and everyone needs to get with the program, right? All right, so I'm using Claude Code, and I want to do something different today. I want to create a new directory or a new project. I don't really care. Obviously, I don't care about in fact, I could probably start writing this here. So I don't care about the implementation. So new project. We're gonna call it short creator, shorts creator. You probably find a better name than that. Yeah, let's just call it shorts creator. Keep things simple, move fast, right? New project, shorts creator or shorts automator. Not gonna bother about that. Let's keep moving. So new project, shorts creator. Let's use Python because I was never really a Python. I never really felt it. I was more of a TypeScript, JavaScript. Could also just be because of my UI background, right? My front-end engineering background, but never a Python person. So we're gonna use Python. So it's gonna be new project, shorts creator, Python. How do I want to do this, right? So the expectation, let's type the expectation. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to assume you can't see this. So new project, shorts creator, Python, expectation. a long form video of any resolution, or it's a resolution aspect ratio of any aspect ratio, and create a 9:16 version of it, matching its, I think it's called resolution, right? Resolution. So if you're just joining us, we're live. We're doing everything live. Yeah, so the resolution is the correct terminology there. So the expectation is that it takes in a long form video and output is a 9:16 version of it, matching its resolution, including up to 4K. We will pass. The algorithm, it's like creating a transcript from the video. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just doing stream of thought. I'm not going to bother with grammar, right? AI is so smart now that I don't need to worry about that. Now, maybe if I need to clean this up so that we can look back at our thought process, absolutely. And so the algorithm looks like creating a transcript from the video with timestamp, and this is important, right? So we'll have the timestamps. We will then require AI to pick out what it thinks are important moments in the long form video, and create 30 seconds to 1 minute shorts from that video, only picking out high impact portions of the video. The workflow will then clip those selected timestamps and connect them together in the order in which the AI decides. So that's the idea. That's my idea of how to do this. The AI designs the style of the caption and any other open source effects. Well, it can't see it, right? So that's the thing. We want to keep this simple. We're not doing anything complicated. This is supposed to be free, right? And this is supposed to make my life easy so that I don't have to use my, I'm not paying anyone to do this, right? So hopefully I can use AI to just do something simple. Now, worst case scenario, it's really going to be terrible. Then we iterate. And after iterating a couple of times, if it's still really bad, the plan would be just toss it, right? Because code is cheap. What's not cheap is my time. And I want to make sure that I'm using my time wisely. So wow, we're already 10 minutes in. So anything about this, style of the caption and other open source effects. AI should look for high value sections to click and record those timestamps record those timestamps for the and mine's so bad with naming. So record those timestamps for the, so AI should look for high value sections to clip and record those timestamps for the workflow to create the shorts. Then of course we want the workflow tool to output to a directory of my choosing, possibly h drive slash AI slash vibe slash shorts. Okay. All right, so let's see if there's anything else that's needed. What's the typical? I don't have this drawn out, but in my mind, I'm thinking take a long form video, and the goal is to create a next 9x16 version of it. The algorithm might look like creating the transcript from the video with timestamps. The AI will then pick out what it thinks are most important moments in the long form video via the transcription with timestamps, and the workflow will create 30 seconds to 1 minute shorts from that video, only picking out high impact portions of the video as directed by I wonder how quickly this will go and how effective this will be. Now the question is how many shorts? At least 5 shorts from each long video. Make this a variable, an optional variable that is configurable. I should be able to pass in videos via vibe slash shorts, slash vibe slash long. It's a lot, right? But you got to really think before we go into token creation. You've got to really take some time to plan this out. Because I could just iterate, right? But and since I didn't really think through the entire architecture before I got on here, now is the time to do that, right? And so I think with a decent plan, we can pass this to Claude Code, and Claude Code can begin to ask us more questions, right? I think if the transcription reaches a certain length, that's too long, we can parallelize the shorts creation, segmenting the shorts correctly, not correctly, the long form video. It's hard to think and do all this stuff live. Jeez. It's a muscle I've got to work with or work on. So segmenting the long form. Now I don't know how we decide this, but let's say if it's so segmenting the long form video into 2 for every hour. Okay, so I think we've got something. We've got something there. We need a CLI style option when we run a simple command in the terminal. And we are given an interactive mode that shows us latest videos from the H5 long directory. Let's put it that way. Okay, so CLI style, run a single command, you get the latest videos from that directory, and you can select the one. You can select make latest configurable. So maybe 5 latest, and then you can select those. Or choose to type a specific one. All right, so I think we're getting somewhere. So at the beginning, I'm using my imagination now. At the beginning, you select, you run the simple command. You are given the list of the latest long form videos. You select the long form video you want. The long form video, the long form video is loaded into the workflow. The workflow video is transcribed, so we probably need to pull out the audio. Audio is probably simpler to process. So pull out the transcription from the audio, from just the audio. We take the transcript with timestamps, and then get and then pass this to the LLM, right? So this means we also need to segment where. So that's another thing, right? Is it by length? Is it by length of the video, or is it by the characters in the video, where the characters are? Are we excluding space, like gaps in between? We don't want it to be crazy, so clip gaps that are more than 2 seconds. Let's say more than 1.5 seconds. We'll make this optional, just so we can see what that looks like. So I have 2 options. Segment by hour or by character, by character length. So if in 1 hour there's if in 30 minutes there's like a huge amount of characters spoken versus the other half where there's significantly less characters, like there's got to be a way to figure that out. And I don't want to think too much about it at the moment. I just want to see if this works at all before we start, right? And so this is taking about 20 minutes of planning. And so we clip automatically, we select the videos. I don't want to tell the AI what to do. I want to see what it will do. I'm thinking the smart thing to do is to take the audio out, but I'm very curious to see how it would implement that. And so we've got the timestamps with the transcript. We feed this into the LLM. LLM decides where it feels it's super high impact, right? And then it's going to take those moments and it's going to send it to the rest of the workflow to do the necessary chopping, right? And then the result is that we are able to see an example. Now, I don't know if we need to see a sample before we continue the download, but I mean, we can always delete it. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I think this is a good idea. We can also decide, that's the other thing though. What if there's nothing verbal going on? I don't want to pass pictures to the LLM. That could be an option. So maybe that's phase 2, right? So maybe that's MVP 2 for those moments where you don't have voice, right? And there's no characters, nothing transcribed, but there's something going on the screen that's really important, right? do I say take a snapshot? Isn't that kind of expensive, right? So that's the other thing. But trying not to think about that. So let's start here. New project, new directory. Let me go ahead and share my screen again. New directory, projects. Call it shorts creator. And the goal of this is to speed up my automates my shorts creation. And I guess afterwards I can probably do any extra editing that I need to, but I need to have those videos created so that I can do some touches. So I want to automate the simple part of just creating the actual. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, pasted the plan. I should probably put this in plan mode. Let's enter it into plan mode. I don't think I need to say that, but you never know. All right, so let me show you the other website. So remember, this was the waitlist website that I was working on. I'm probably going to tear this down because I'm just trying to pivot super fast. And I want to start off, maybe not the smartest thing to just deploy a bunch of things, right? so that's where I am. So maybe not deploy things until I'm absolutely sure. So I'm going to just create a bunch of local projects. And the ones that are super exciting, those ones I'll deploy, right? But I want to burn through some tokens over some ideas and then test them out. I think I need music here as well. Definitely need something. Keep this interesting. Now, if anyone's built anything that's actually become valuable, right, has earned some monetary value or attention, because attention is translatable to money in this era, right? So has anyone built anything that has actually built some value or created a business out of it? And what was the process like? Is it just your regular testing out things in the market, getting users, talking with your users, and trying to see the utility, whether there are places you can hone in on from that MVP, or has the fact that we're now vibe coding changed all of that significantly? That's something that I'm super curious about. I'm also curious if there I mean, this space is moving so fast that it's hard to keep track of what's going on. There's so many things going on in this space. Some people are, so you don't even know who the expert is, right? They are the clear people who kind of built this and are at the forefront, and then there's everybody who's playing with it as quickly as possible. And some people, then there's some agreed upon ideas, right, around what is considered quality, right, in terms of agentic, not just agentic, the agentic coding process, but also just like the thinking behind and the thinking and the planning around this, and managing context and all of that. So this is a screen where the work is actually happening, right? So I'm passing this along. I sent it to I guess that was a very long document. It's not that long, there are not that many tokens, but it's been thinking for a while. Maybe it's thinking because, okay, maybe it's because I told it to create a new directory. Probably told it to create a new directory in the projects folder. Maybe that's why it's taking so long. I'm just curious what we can end up building in this channel, right? I'm almost curious what the limits are. Like, I mean, I know there's so many things built. You'd think, hey, human creativity, uh, we've done everything under the sun. But I feel like now is the time where we'll truly see new types of innovation, right? Because a lot of times what kept people from being able to build was just either expertise, barrier to funding, speed, right? How fast they can get their idea out there. So now I am curious, if you take all of those things, right, you reduce that friction, right? How far and how fast can we go? Like where will our collective imaginations take us? And it looks like life, one of the games of life is just using human imagination to just build things. And that in and of itself is a very fun game to play around with. It's one of the perks of consciousness, right? Is just stretching the imagination. These machines, a lot of them are behind the scenes, have these, the way I would understand is they have these scaffolding of this scaffold of a apparatus that is capable of intelligence, right? But it's really limited, right? It's not dynamic. It's not dynamic enough, right? What I mean is it seems, to my knowledge, it seems very inflexible, right? Quite different than, let's say, the human brain or a quantum understanding of things, right? Everything is very fixed, and it's still just math at the end of the day. It's still just binary. It's still just ones and zeros, right? And so there's some physics limitations already in place, but still surprising. Like, you can get quite a lot out of it. And I might just be saying things that I don't fully understand. There are definitely more experts in this, but this is my opinion from just what I've seen from the outside, what I've read. Moreover, where I was going with that is that, you know, one of the beautiful things about it is that machines are just like, so the summary of scientific computational direction for human beings is, we stretch our imagination to say, this is what we want, this is what we thought was impossible, but our imagination is saying, we're using our imagination to think outside of the box. Then we use artificial intelligence to explore that area and push the boundaries of what we thought was possible, right? Oh, we thought we've hit our limitation from an ideas perspective, and then somebody comes up with something else, right? And once we have that figured out, then we automate it, right? Because we give it to this, we offload it to this automation intelligence, right? That knows the rules based on what we've been able to push the boundary on, right? With its help, and now it can just keep automating that part for us, right? It can create it. We can assign in the totality of its global neural nets. We can just say, hey, we found out this new direction we want to take, and it's going to encode that in that neural net. And now you have an automation, albeit probabilistic, but now you have an automation that maps to this new part of human identity that is expanded in any domain, really. So that was a lot. That was a long-winded way of saying humans think outside the box. With the help of machines continue to automate that for us, so we don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. We can just now request it because it's encoded in a permanent neural net somewhere. Even all of the special engineering principles, right, that people are doing, this whole idea of agentic engineering, right? Everyone thought development was going to not be a thing. You're never going to need software engineers, right? It just turns out our work just got harder because we're supposed to ship more, right? And we're supposed to make sure things are crisp, right? There's quality, at least at an enterprise level. This is in no way meant to deter anybody who is interested because the barriers are so low now. You know, what really matters is agency. What can you do? Do you know the problems you want to solve? Can you figure out how to get your AI to get you there? Right? So if you can track your path, if you can say this is where I'm going, then yeah, you go for it. Okay, so this is still thinking. I'm gonna stop this because I don't know what the heck is going on here. Yeah, for now, you can always work on. Yeah, I don't know why it was just thinking forever. Unless it really was bad, in which case I probably shouldn't have interrupted that. Yeah, it's still thinking. Wow, this must be really interesting. Does it show me the token usage in this case? No, it does not. Is it possible that I'm not signed in as well? That's another thing. Nope, I am. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I can use a local whisper. Let's do that. Um, so do we want center crop? The problem with center cropping is, yeah, it might change my face. Yeah, that's the other thing. Didn't really think about this. So let's see, can we have a combination? Okay. Perhaps. Yeah, let's do number 4. Perhaps. That's not what I meant to do, geez. Yeah. Anyway, let's have an option for both. Maybe a third option. It's really good. Which AI should analyze the transcript? Yeah, I mean, I already have Claude, right? I don't suppose I could use my GPT subscription. I think you have to buy the API key separately. So let's go with Claude for now. Captions burned into the video. Which approach do you prefer? Yep, let's do this. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. Let's do it. All right. Wow. So, yeah, this is pretty slow. But hopefully, let's see if it gets this right in one shot. Oh, it's writing the plan now. It's not even implementing. Yeah. Normally, I don't. Uh, I normally don't go into plan mode unless I need things clarified, right? And I just want that exercise of here are the details. Are we in agreement? Because I feel I might be wrong about this, but my sense is if you're using plan mode, then you've kind of gone every single detail all at once, right? And you're going to get a large output of code that you might not have any say in the particulars, right? And you might miss things, right? So, but if you, and that's why there are different approaches. If you're doing the like some people have skills and all of that, I don't have any of that stuff. I'm not using that. I'm just going directly raw with the LLM directly. All right, let's see. Okay, so smoke test, confirm interactive picker, confirm clips are extracted to temporary directory, confirm 916 conversion produces correct resolution, confirm captures are burned in, confirm final shorts appear in age vibe shorts, long form test, run with a 60-minute video to verify segmentation plus parallelization fires. All right, so we're gonna do auto accept. Like, at least with this, we can. I think I've given it quite a bit of time. So what is this? Okay, this is fine, right? Maybe we might have a separate version of this. Do you want to proceed? Yes, let's go ahead. Yeah, so here's that screen again. In the future, I think we'll come back to this. In the future, the plan is to have new apps be added here, right? And this is really generic vibe coding. Right? You can just see those emojis, right? We need actual not CSVs, sorry, SVGs. That's what I was trying to say. It's like, wait a minute, not CVGs. That sounds wrong. Okay. Oof. Well, I mean, we have one agent working here. Maybe we can work with another agent. Hmm. That's a very good question. What's the next thing to be working on? We continue to work on my Good Quest project. And then honestly, I Googled and it's like so many of those out there. Still recommend building either way. Build all your ideas. Current.futures thread pool executor. Short creator. Silence.py. Yeah, it would be nice to build something quite simple that can be very helpful and really just get on the current of just high value app creation, right? Just knowing what works, what's useful. And in this generation, ideas are everywhere. Real important thing is execution. And not just execution, because you can execute on an idea, right? You can execute on an idea, but that doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere. Right? So execute by arbitrary code. I'm not sure what that means. Let's see, what does let's try recurse. We're just recursing through, looking again. I just wanted to make sure we're not doing anything weird. It did say get, so that's probably not a big deal. Whoa, is it it? Is that it? Okay, interesting. Huh. So what I'm seeing here, we can add our anthropic key to this environment. We can run python main.py, right? And we can see our most 5 recent videos, and we will see local transcription with timestamps. Okay, minimum shorts will be 5. Maximum recent videos will be 5 as well. Crop mode will be center smart or auto. This is going to be interesting. We get to judge this. I don't know why I'm excited. Like, this could be awesome or horrendous. And I say awesome. Well, okay, yeah. Could be awesome or horrendous. It could also be in between. Who knows? But I also, if this thing turns out to be pretty decent, then I can understand why so many software companies were crashing with the continuous advancement of these tools, because like, if this works decently, I don't need to go and subscribe or purchase anything. I can just use this tool, right? Or market for something lesser for someone else to use, right? Especially if I figured out the kinks and I have very particulars that work for me. But the value itself is, if this works, so let me not talk too much. I need to run it first. Let me run it first. Make sure that it's even doing what I think it should be doing. Open some folders. All right, where are we? Oh, somehow I moved this over here. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry folks. I need to do that again too. Ah. Let's do that. Oof. I don't like that. Okay. All right. We are going to so I gotta go to the project. I've got to place in my API key. Woo. Okay, I got relive, right? There's got to be a better way to do that. I could probably get my API keys from AWS Secrets Manager or something. But I mean, unless somebody is willing to pay for my API keys anyway, it's not like I have anything. Probably have like $3 in there. So yeah, that reminds me, if you're feeling particularly generous and you want to support a creator who is trying their best here and is being super frugal, then feel free. Okay, so we are 45 minutes in. I am going to get my API key. Oh, okay, so what were the instructions? The instructions said to, I think they were all the way up here. Okay, so we're supposed to copy, okay. Let me create a new file actually. I'm just gonna call it .env. Actually, we're supposed to copy it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do something else. Let's copy it. Sorry guys, I know this is happening off screen. First time doing live and I need a new way to write my secrets. Okay, so I am VS Code. I am looking for the VS Code terminal, and I'm supposed to do cp.env.example, and I'm supposed to take that to .env. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, nice. All right, so I've pasted my environmental key, or my Anthropic API key. Now we're supposed to pip install -r requirements txt. Let's find out. Let's hope this works. I know in the past I've had issues with Python FF MPEG or whatever, or was it either that or I think it was with the movie Pi. I don't know why, but the AI was just struggling with it, always having issues with the environment. I think I already have FFmpeg on my computer, so let me see about this. What happens if I think I have to have a video. Okay. So I think I'm good to share this screen now. Okay, so I am going to share. What was it? It was supposed to go to Vibe, right? H, and there's supposed to be a folder called Vibe. Okay, and so in this, let me see my screen, right screen. So in this directory, I'm supposed to two folders. The first one is supposed to be long. The other one is supposed to be short or shorts. I think it was. Let's check here. Was it short or shorts? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Shorts. Jeez. All right, so I'm going to rename this to shorts. Okay. All right, and then what we need to do is to pass videos in there. Mm. Okay, so I'm gonna see, move over here. I'm gonna go ahead and pass some long form videos in there. All right, so we should then have 3 long form videos. And then I'm gonna go over here and type in Python or main.python. What is it? Python main.py. I'm sorry. This is what I meant to do. Okay, here we go. Select a video to process. Yeah, I love that it has no title. Maybe I can take a look and see which one was it. These are the past 3 lives. Let's go with 519. Okay, proceed with this video like that. Very nice. Step 1 of 5 for the transcription. Okay, so there's a whisper model. What? What happens next? Is that it? Was that super fast? So if I go to shorts, no. Okay, so this is where the iterative coding part comes into play. So I am going to go ahead and declare. I'm going to say I'm getting a segmentation fault here. Also, are we using GPUs for its workflow? Speed things up. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it's looking at the transcriber. Oh, shoot, I'm showing the wrong screen. Here we go. So it's looking at the transcriber. Let me go in a bit. I'm using just one agent. I'm not going on YOLO mode, so I have to be manual about anything that's being done here. Right? Okay. I probably shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. So the goal now is to reduce because I only have about 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours per day to give to this. And that's if barely, I'm just making time for this. So the fact that I have only about an hour to give to this means, and it's going to be less soon because big news coming for me. But the fact that I have about an hour to do this means I've got to automate the other parts. Cash is so powerful these days. You don't want to just give it away. Rather use that money and invest, right? You have an RTX, blah blah blah, right? 16 gigabyte VRAM, and is the CPU only build. That explains both issues. No GPU acceleration and likely the seg fault. CPU is unstable with large files. The clean fix is switching to faster whisper. It is PyTorch, C translate to, so it's significantly more stable on Windows and natively supports a GPU. It's also 5 times faster than OpenAI. There's 2 things to do: update the requirements and update your transcriber. Okay, yeah, I say go for it. Anybody ever thank their agents? Okay, so let's continue with planning. Okay, so while it's doing all of that, I'm going to open a new tab. And in this tab, I'm going to check something out. So I might want to automate the uploading of these drafts once I feel like they're good enough, right? So we'll say shorts uploader. Now I need to verify one thing first, right? The thing that I need to verify first is whether or not YouTube, I'm sure they do, but you never know with the rate limiting and all of that. So, oh shoot, did I do something wrong here? What the heck? Okay, so they do surface that. So I'm gonna think through that a bit. What's going on here? Everything's braced with quote character expansion obfuscation. Okay. So what do we want to do? We want to shorts upload. The question now is, do I want to do shorts or do I want to do long form? We probably want to do shorts. At most, I think it looks like we're given a quota of things we can upload per day. You want to proceed. So we have the shorts uploader, and we're going to take, oh gosh, this is such context switching. I'm not comfortable doing YOLO mode yet, so let's do that. So shorts uploader, so we're going to, so this workflow takes shorts from the shorts, what is it, vibe/shorts, and it selects up to 5 and uploads them. And once uploaded successfully, moves selected, the uploaded, not selected, but the uploaded videos to a directory in there called uploaded. All right, that seems very simple enough to me, but let's just see how this goes, because I might be jumping the gun here. And we move that to H drive to significantly more space in the H drive. Now put it under directory. The new directory. Okay. All right. Each drive is going to be full of different directories if I'm not careful. Okay, so remember the goal is still to do, this is just if things work out. So I'm just planning the next steps. So we're already at the hour mark. The goal is to complete this small project. It's fine to do. So it's installing the shorts created dependency. I don't know if it actually moved it. Okay, let's say please move the pip cache on to a directory H drive called files. Let's just do it that way so that place doesn't get cluttered. So let me see if I can find a quote of the day. All right, let's look at famous quotes. Confucius said, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. I like that. Yeah. So that would be the logical step, of course. Okay, so we moved pip cache to the program files in the H drive. We did the shorts creator. We are using Fast Whisper, which is more compatible with our RTX 480, right? And then we can run the project going forward using the VNV, the Python virtual environment. Okay, it's cool. All right, so you know what that means? It means we are set to try this again. All right, guys, let's give this a shot one more time. We're gonna come over here to our right screen. We're gonna type in, what was it? Python main.py. Oof, sorry about that. I need to zoom in quite a bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and even do that. So here's the terminal. Okay. I doubt this is gonna show up in the shorts, to be honest. That's fine. So we're gonna select the video. I think I'll just pick the middle one for now. It says proceed with this video. The answer is yes. Something's happening. Ooh, yeah, of course, as expected. Okay, so this is all nice. Okay, so I'm going to copy all of this. A couple of things I need to do. Here's the error. Please navigate everything. Please also, okay, so I'm going to post the error. Okay, so let me move over here. So here's the error I'm having. Please also move the models, the Hugging Face models from the C drive to a.cache file, basically to the H drive, program file. Now let's just, like, that C drive, gosh, that C drive needs to be nuked. Something's just filling that space up. Too lazy to sift through that. Maybe that's what an agent can do. An agent can just say, hey, here's the list of things that is cluttering up your storage. Would you like me to delete it for you? Yeah, maybe that's what Claude Desktop can do. So we're vibe coding. If you just clicked on this portion, we are vibe coding the workflow tool. I don't want to go buy one or subscribe to one, but we're vibe coding the workflow tool, and we're going to grade whether or not it can help me create shorts, reducing the time that I have, because I'm not going to spend money for someone to create shorts for me. Right? You can do that, but I won't do that. Yeah, I'd rather redirect that cash towards investments. And I'm already paying for Claude, and it can do anything, right? Hopefully, anything the software engineer can do, right? It's trained on so much data, right? From so many some of the code that's out there, and so it's smarter and smarter, and I can just tell it to build me something that'll work for me, right? That'll save me some time. I'm hoping to save like half an hour to an hour, right? I don't want to give up that time to shorts creation, right? I'd rather just build. I'd rather just do things, right? And just let the automation handle upload. Maybe a human in the loop, so I just need to check it out, just make sure it's okay, right? And it's not like a montage of me just being quiet, it's just like, all of the spaces in between, as opposed to something that would be interesting to a human being. Okay, so it says 2 issues to fix, right? After looking through all of that, I don't know why Claude is slower now. If any Claude code people out there, maybe no, but it's just been feeling slow this week. But if any Anthropic engineers are out there, please look into why this is feeling so slow. It definitely used to be faster than this. But anyway, so it found the 2 issues, right? It's the memory error, right? Where it looks like NumPy is trying to load the full 55-minute audio at once, and the Hugging Face cache location. So let's see where it is. Yep, okay, perfect. So now we are going to move over here. We are going to rerun this stuff. Of course, I think we selected the second video. Ooh. So it's loading the Whisper model, okay. Oh, there it is. That's not good. All right, so what is happening now? What is going on? So a library is not found or cannot be loaded. Okay, so we're just going to take this whole thing, and guess what? First of all, do I want to clear this? Let's go over here. I might just have to start a new context. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to say in Shorts Creator, getting this error. At the end of this, like, I want to just be able to see that it's able to create something, a shorts video. Now, if it can create maybe 5 shorts video, 4 or 3, it doesn't matter, right? And it's pretty decent or it's terrible, I can iterate from there, right? But that's the goal. That's why we're past the 1 hour, because I have this idea and I must get to it, right? And you must have this same desire, this same pull, right? If there's something you want to get done, then you keep flagellating your, I heard that word today, maybe I shouldn't use that word. When you keep prodding your agent, let's use that instead. Prodding your agent to get the work done for you. So do you want me to make this edit? Yeah, you're always welcome to make this edit. This is cheat code. You're free to do whatever you want. All right, let me, yeah, so we're doing a lot of agentic coding. I wouldn't say we're doing agentic coding. This is truly vibe coding, right? Really hands off. I mean, I'm not even looking through the files to see what it's creating. But this is iterative. I'm actually responding to some of the decisions it's making here. Ah, there it is again. Oh, okay, so it's telling me that, okay. I don't want to use CPU. Ooh, what do I want to do here? All right. So apparently we need to be able to, we need to update the Claude toolkit. As the root cause is that the kubeless 64_12.dll isn't installed or isn't on your path. If you want GPU acceleration long term, you need to install the CUDA 12 toolkit, right? And I don't want to use CPU fallback. Okay, CUDA toolkit 13.2 update 1 downloads. Click on the green buttons to describe your target platform. Only supported platform will be shown. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna do. So I don't know if I should be installing the XE locally. So this is the part where if you're just vibe coding, it might get a little bit frustrating. You actually need to do some kind of download. I'm sure that actually I'm pretty sure the agent could handle this. I don't know why I'm doing this myself, but yeah. Okay, so we'll do the local install. So do we want to install we want the installer or the driver? Sorry, this is taking a while. Just have to really think through this. I guess I could do both, right? Maybe it might be a waste though. Oh shoot, okay. I need storage space, apparently. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, running out of space there, that's why. I'm gonna think about what I can move. Sorry guys, this is taking a while. Gotta do some manual installs. Could actually pause the live and return. It's a superpower. Okay, I just need to make some space, so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete all these videos over here. I'm gonna go to recycling bin. Then I am going to empty my recycling bin. All right, now let's see if we are, okay, that's gonna take a little bit. Okay, bear with us guys. Whew. Or bear with me. I don't know why I said us. But we are going to make some space in the C drive. And we're gonna keep cracking on. We gotta make sure we get to the finish line today. All right, it's truly removed. Now we get to install it. Bam. Hopefully this is super fast. Okay, still installing. Let's look at some perseverance quotes on Goodreads. Abraham Lincoln said that always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. Your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. And Elvis Presley says, when things go wrong, don't go with them. I like that. After the toolkit installs, restart your terminal PowerShell session so the new DLLs are on their path. Run shorts creator again. Okay, let's do that right now. So we are, oof, scary stuff right there. So we are going to close this guy out. We are going to go to terminal. Okay, you guys can see all of that. So we're going to say main. What am I doing? So it's Python main.py. Shorts creator. And then we're going to go over here. And of course, we're going to proceed with this video. Yes. And hopefully it picked up on the path, right? And of course it did, but we're still getting this issue. Oh, maybe there's something I still didn't shoot. Yeah, that's right. It's an installer, right? So I've got to do some finishing touches here. Sorry about that, guys. I can't believe that's happening live. I believe this is all happening live. All of these silly mistakes. So right, we need to restart after we've installed the CUDA 13.2.1. Okay. I'm installing as fast as possible. Let's Saying installation in progress. Got a few things I gotta. Oof. Okay. NVIDIA. Who would have thought NVIDIA would become a $1 trillion corporation like it is right now? Who would have thought that my man's Jensen would be selling shovels? But hey, everyone has their part to play. Would you rather be the person that doesn't find gold if you can't be the one who is being sold the shovel? Okay, so let's try this one more time, guys. One more time. So we're gonna go to terminal. Matter of fact, let me just close all of these guys. Let's just make sure we've got a fresh terminal started. Now we're going to type in command. Okay, I don't know why that just happened. Okay, let me make sure that you guys are seeing my screen. All right, here we go. All right, yes, so let's see if it's going to fail or if it's going to pass. All right, so this could be, so this is all installed. So let me go to Claude. So it's all installed. Still getting this up. Just throwing this into Claude Code. I'm trying to get it to figure things out. Maybe the virtual environment needs to be updated. That's my next guess. But I'm just going to let the agent explore that. Yep. So it says it looks like the model loaded fine, but fails when actually running on GPU. My fallback only caught in errors. Let me check if the DLL is on your path. Fix the code. Okay. All right. Oh gosh, we're now at 1 hour and 22. And we're not stopping until we get this thing working. All right, so it says you have CUDA installed, that's for sure, right? But faster Whisper needs kubeless. It was built against CUDA 12. That's the mismatch. So the option A is to use CPU, otherwise use CUDA 12 alongside 13. CUDA allows multiple versions. Download the CUDA 12.x toolkit. That's my bad. Oh my goodness. I saw 13.2 there and I didn't even think to ask. I must be that exhausted. Jeez. All right, let's look at downloads. No fallbacks, please. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna remediate that issue right now. It's a little bit annoying that it wasn't fixed. Oof, got this weird cable here. So bright. Why is this camera so dark? What is going on here? Maybe if it's the light. Is it the light? Is it just me? Okay, it looks like we're downloading. This is exactly what I was saying. I could have gotten the agent to do this, and I could have avoided any of this mess. All right, we're almost there. We're at the hour and 25-minute mark, so we've been going for quite a bit. And what we're doing right now is just getting the agent to do the installation because I am fed up. I just want, no. I've got to stay motivated. we're, we're almost there. It's just some minor hiccup. There's very little reason to be frustrated at this stage. Okay, yep, we know what we're installing. Oh man. I think we're gonna get to a point, and it's not too far-fetched to make this projection, right? The way some news networks will give projections for who wins the election, right? When it's like obviously like 90% there, right? But yeah, but it's fair to say that in the near future, computers are going to be just have AI native options, right? So everything will be probabilistic. There will just be direct interactions with computers, maybe via voice, right? And you'll just say, "Open my browser," and it'll just open the browser for you, right? It'll just navigate and do things for you, and all the while you're just burning through tokens, right? Now, hopefully, it won't be a subscription-based world, right, where everything is being done via subscription, and you're purchasing tokens just to act around the world. Now, that's a dystopia that I don't think anybody's ready for. Okay, so yeah, I need to try Codex. I've been using Claude a lot, and I've also used Cursor. I like Cursor a lot, but I also like Copilot. I've used Copilot, and nothing beats the GPTs, I think. But for Claude, Sonnet's been very useful. But I think Sonnet's actually pretty fast though, so that's one thing I will say. And I even notice when it's slow, right? GPT-5 takes its sweet time, but it's getting there. It's super accurate though. GPT-5. It could also just be circumstantial. Maybe it's just the particular environment that I'm using it in or with. Just imagine like you're going through life. You've got your meta glasses on or whatever shades, right? And is this going to C drive? Jeez, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. This might have been better done manually. I don't know what the heck it's doing at this point. Last thing I want to do is to come back and see that it just deleted all of the C drive out of frustration. Okay, wow, it looks like it's doing it. It is doing it, guys. Okay, we're still live. Trying to finish this up. I'll just cancel this live stream or stop this live stream. But we're gonna build this one way or another. If we need to, we just need to get through this stage and then just ensure that we are able to iterate. So we're at the hour and 31-minute mark. It's incredible how this week it was just like extremely hot one day and the next day very windy and cold. Yeah, weather has been really bizarre over the last couple of years. Okay, so it looks like it's listing the number of versions. We just need to get this installed and then used. Okay, so it's adding to the path. Geez, why does it keep doing this? Please add to H drive, not C drive. Okay, just continue, whatever. All right. Ooh. So now it looks like it's adding things to the path, the CUDA 12 bin. And okay, so it's confirmed that it's present. All right, so let's do this. It says I just need to open a new terminal and it's gonna pick up. Yeah, maybe I don't need to use, maybe I didn't need to use a CPU after all, but I have a GPU. Why would I want to not use it whenever I can? Okay, so let's see. Oh, actually, I think I'm supposed to, let me stop that quickly. Open a new terminal. All right, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna run the command and see what happens next. Oh, it says the GPU failed. That's not good. But I mean, the fallback is working, but that's not what I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and this. I'm gonna let the agent figure out what's going on. So I'm over here now, and I've posted the error message in, and it looks like it's going through some tokens. So there are two issues, right? Git bash doesn't pick up all the Windows path changes, and the DLL isn't found. The fastest fix is to install the CUDA 12 libraries directly into the Python VS packages. Geez, why didn't you do that in the first place? Okay. So this must be the frustrating part about vibe coding, right? It's particularly worse if you don't know, if you're not too familiar. Like I'm not too familiar with Python ecosystem, right? So I just got to depend on my agent for this. I've got some sense of things that should happen or shouldn't happen, but like I can just imagine an expert who is used to Python and wants to move fast. They know exactly the red flags to look for, right? That discernment is so important. That's why having some proximity to the code or to engineering in general helps. It's not a deal breaker, right? If you want to build something, if you're passionate, you have the tools, you can definitely build them, right? So the DLL is in the NV. Now I need to make sure that the C translates to can find it. On Windows, it needs the directory added to the DLL search path explicitly. So now let's try this again. I am going to come over here. I'm going to reopen the terminal. Hopefully this time we are not defaulting to the CPU. Oh shoot, okay, needed to, oh, whoops. Okay, let's see how this goes. Take, what, like 10 already? How many times have I had to repeat this? Once again, the GPU failed. All right, so this is where we are now. Okay, guys, so that's an example of absolute frustration. I need some time to debug this, and this live stream has been going on for quite a bit. Hopefully tomorrow we can continue from where we stopped, and hopefully this stuff will have been fixed. I don't know how much faster this, I'm sure the GPU is way faster than the CPU, especially with that model working in the background. I'm using a local model. Am I using a local model, or did I end up using my Anthropic key? That's the other thing. All right, guys. So that is day four, right? Pivoted a bit. I was working on one app idea, but now switching over to a workflow tool to help me save some time so that I can do what's meaningful to me. All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.